Hey there, cranky sports guy fanatics. This is me. I'm fighting a combination bird flu and Zika virus and something else I don't know. So I wanted to do a column for today, but I just really can't type. So I thought we could interact this way. I will tell you that today's cranky sports guy is brought to you by the makers of generic Dayquil. Look at this. It is so good, and I've been chugging it all morning. So things are getting a little faded around here, but we're gonna try our best. Hold on. It's so good when it touches your lips. Ah, what to talk about in the world of sports today, kids? Well, we're gonna start with the New England and Buffalo game from last week when Kelvin Benjamin caught a ball in the end zone, and they reviewed it and somehow found enough evidence to overturn the play. And I'm not saying there was or there wasn't. What I am saying, and why I and basically 93% of the rest of this country are angry, is that we know if the roles were reversed and it was Gronkowski in the end of the end zone with the exact same replay, they would not have found enough evidence to overturn it, and the Patriots would have scored. Yay, Patriots. Well, that's all I'm saying. I'm not a conspiracy theorist at all. However, you would have an easier time convincing me that World Trade Center 1 was brought down by an angry, drunk Martian named Glorwalt than you would that the Patriots wouldn't have gotten that call had they been on offense. So that's that. Cool part about being home on the couch today is I'm getting to watch the 500th bowl game played this year. This is something called the Belk Bowl. I don't even know what a Belk is. It was between Wake Forest and Texas A&M, and I literally have no idea why I'm watching it. I do know that if in September this game was played, it would not get the ratings of Martha Stewart and Snoop Dogg hosting Match Game PM. So yeah, there's my day. Let's go to the mailbag. I actually got some mail at crankysportsguy@gmail. So if you want to drop me a line, have a question, give me a holler. Feel free. This one comes from a Nigerian prince named Prince. Way too many letters for me to read at this point. And he says if I send him $5,000, he's going to send me 30 million whatever Nigerian currency they use. So I got that going for me, and I'm feeling kind of positive about it. So if you don't hear from me for a while, it's because I'm spending all that Nigerian loot that this cat's going to send me. I want to touch on the college football playoffs. You got Clemson versus Alabama Ding Dong. And the only thing I got to say about this is that even though Clemson's going to win, somehow the committee will put Alabama into the national championship game. In the other game, you got Oklahoma and Georgia playing in the Rose Bowl. Now, this should never happen. I believe in things to be certain ways, and there is no way Georgia and Oklahoma should play in the Rose Bowl. Growing up, it was always Big Ten, Pac-10. Those should be Ohio State and USC or Michigan and UCLA or the occasional Northwestern. But in this game, I'm kind of hoping Oklahoma wins just because I want to see what kind of bizarre actions Baker Mayfield has for the Sooners. I'm guessing he's going to run around and plant the Oklahoma flag in the middle of the Rose Bowl and then probably grab Little Baker and run by Georgia's bench. And then, who knows? He's probably going to double bird the camera. And then he's probably going to punch an 80-year-old woman in the face. And that's fine. You know, he did win the Heisman after doing all kinds of crazy stuff. So why stop now? And the crazy part is that some football team is going to overdraft a 5'11" quarterback that obviously has some type of chemical imbalance. Oh, my goodness. Now, I got to get something off my chest here, man. I was driving to the store to get my generic Dayquil, which is freaking yummy, and I got behind a guy in a 78 Celica, I think, and this scumbag was vaping. And to all you people that vape, I hold no grudges against it. I just want to let you know that eventually they're going to figure out that sucking on something powered by a watch battery is probably worse for you than firing off a Marlboro Light. Just letting you know I was pre-med for a week. I know these things. Just trust me on it. However, this guy, I don't know what type of vape pen he used, but every time he would puff, enough white smoke would roll out of his saliga to make it look like he elected a new pope. Now, I'm not saying there's safety concerns there, but damn, it looked like the inside of Spicoli's van in Fast Times at Ridgemont. If you're going to vape, be smart. That's my only point on this. I want to get to the NFL playoffs real quick. The NFC is wide open. It wasn't 2 weeks ago until Nick Foles bended his leg up. Carson Wentz bended his leg up, and now Nick Foles is running the Eagles. And if anybody watched that game with the Eagles and the Raiders, that set football back 20 years or 80 years. They should have been wearing leather helmets and not been throwing forward passes or anything like that. Hold on, and it's like, oh. That's not generic Dayquil. Anyway, it set the game back a long, long time. So, I'm worried about the Eagles. I don't think they get out of their first-round matchup, which leaves it wide open. You got the Rams who are playing good ball. You got the Saints that are playing good ball. And the Saints figured out defense. And to all of you that mocked me for drafting Alvin Kamara in our fantasy draft, yeah, have a big frosty can of bite me, because I was right, you were wrong. Get over it. That also leaves the Minnesota Vikings. The Vikings, due to some scheduling quirk, literally could play 3 home games and win a Super Bowl. Think about it. They got 2 playoff games in Minnesota if Philadelphia loses. Then they would get a 3rd game at home because the NFL thought enough to send the Super Bowl to Minneapolis, which means they could play at home in Super Bowl XVLLXIV # smiley face ampersand. That is a real possibility. However, I'm going with the Saints. I think the Saints are going to get it done this year. They have a 5'6" 49-year-old quarterback, running game, and a defense, and I think they get it going. In the AFC, what's to say? I think we all know what's going to happen. It's going to be New England and Pittsburgh, and it'll be played in New England. And I swear, this is my scenario. Overtime game. Pittsburgh will kick the game-winning field goal in overtime. And then Bill Belichick will throw the challenge flag, and they'll go to replay, and somehow they will find enough evidence to overturn a field goal saying it was wide center or something, and then assess 7 consecutive unsportsmanlike penalties against the Steelers. The Patriots will get the ball at the Steelers' 5-yard line, and somehow they will score. And so that's it. It's going to be a Pittsburgh Saints Super Bowl in Minneapolis, or a New England Saints Super Bowl in Minneapolis. And just betting with my heart, I'm going to go with the Saints. I think the Saints will get it done, and I could be completely wrong, and it might be the generic Dayquil talking on this one, because I could miss all of these, but that's where we're going with it. Listen, I hope you all have a great, safe, wonderful, bodaciously good New Year's. I apologize for the video and sound quality. I know you get better stuff out of a Super 8mm 1972 snuff film, but it's what we got to work with, and until I can get back to being semi-functional, this is what we're stuck with. So I appreciate you all. I want to wish you guys a happy New Year, and I hope that everything is wonderful and safe in your world. So Cranky Sports Guys signing out. Have a great New Year's.